Hello everybody, it's Alicia from Adventures of Stitching and I'm here with you for a Wip Parade. Happy 2025, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, late, belated, and I hope you had a wonderful end of the year and holiday season. I will be giving you project pictures from my last Wip Parade, which was in July. And July 16th to be exact of 2024. And so we're just gonna jump right in here. I'm going to start from the oldest whip to the newest whip, so first start to the last start. And some of these projects will not have any progress since my last Wip Parade, just because I haven't touched them since. And so just as like a little piece of news, not news, update, I guess. I plan on only doing one Wip Parade a year from now on, so the mid-year one I'm going to omit. It's a little bit too much for me to try to keep track of progress-wise, and when I go to set goals or see how much progress I've made, it's really almost impossible for me to keep all those numbers straight. So, and pictures and everything. So from here on out, we're gonna just do once a year in December or January, depending on what time works out best for me in the life that's happening at the time. So you wanna jump right in with me? I hope you've got some stitching with you, a beverage. I have some cold coffee right here. It used to be hot, but it's cold now. It's my second cup, so if I get more chatty along the way, it's because the caffeine is in my veins. I have been missing since what, October, September, something like that. I've had a pretty busy time of it, and also kind of, I don't know, I think I kind of lost my stitchy bug there, at least in November, December. I still kind of stitched, but for the last couple weeks of December, I think I only stitched for like 2 days, so not much of an update there except on one whip. I think it'll be pretty impressive once we get to it. The other thing is I have one whip that is kind of more of an honorable mention. It's the one that I gave to my brother and he's working on it right now, so I'm still counting that as a whip, but technically it's not at the moment. So other than that, I think I've got everything figured out. I'll share some plans at the end. It's not very long. I'm trying to keep it pretty simple, but I think from just writing down all the information, I've added on more goals. So we'll see. So let's just get started. I have an entire bin of whips right here that you can't see. Hopefully you can't see. There might be a little corner here, but I've got everything in order and unzipped. I don't have an iron down here, so bear with me. It's gonna be a mess, but you'll still see the stitching, and that's what matters. The very first whip is Cinderella Wishes Upon a Dream. This is a Thomas Kincaid Disney Dreams. I think it's by Candamar Designs. Pretty sure, maybe not, I don't know. It is a kit and it is out of print. But I got this for Christmas one year, and this is actually what got me back into cross stitching. I started it, I think, in 2017, but I honestly can't tell you what time of year it was, and I did not stick with it. I didn't know how to tackle full coverage. Like, this is a whole nother ball game, guys. But anyways, this is where it was in July, and this is where it is now. Whoops. Yep, super duper wrinkled, but maybe I'll go this way. The goal was to finish this section so that I could say I have 50% complete. It didn't happen. That's okay. We're just gonna keep going and cue the cat. Anyways, this is 18 count Ada, came with the kit. Lovely car body shop masking tape here, so it's bright yellow. It's filthy. I have to wash it, but I'm hoping to get this part done and then wash it and then start the bottom section. So there's that. I don't think I've made much progress, but it really wasn't calling to me, even though I was doing Oldest Whip Wednesdays. for a while. I just kept avoiding it. So, oh well, you know, that it is what it is. So that is whip number 1. Number 2 is the Sweetheart Cove. This one is unlicensed chart from Etsy, but I know it's Thomas Kincaid, and it's my Mickey mini piece. And this one, the goal is to finish it this year, at least by September. Love to finish it before then, but September is the goal. I started this September 23rd, 2021. This is where you last saw it. It's made the most progress of all of my whips, okay? So this is impressive. This is where I am. Oh my gosh. Can you see that? I'm just gonna like bring it in. So I think the last time I was like over in the roof over here, so I finished these pages. I think it was like 2 and a partial. And then I did all of this down here. I'm pretty sure this side of pages were already in, but I basically got all the fun stuff in. I love it. It looks so good. So this is on 25 count opalescent. It's 2/110 stitch. Oh, I don't have the well, got my tablet right here. It was at 30%. I don't remember what the numbers were, but we're just going to say it was at 30%. And now it is at 54.96%. So we're almost at 55%. I've got 69,235 stitches done on it. I'm pretty sure I added something like 20,000 stitches in the last 6 months. So there it is again. This is like probably the highlight of the video. I've never ever had a project this large this far along. So we're making some landmarks here. But yeah, like I said, that one is my focus piece for the year. I have more to say later. I'm gonna try to keep this more organized. The next whip that I started was the Middle Earth map. That one is also from Etsy, also probably unlicensed, but I did the first row of pages and then I gifted it to my brother because he was actually getting ready to start it himself. I did not want that to happen, so I gave it to him way early. And then we decided to tag team. So he's going to do the next row of pages and give it back to me. He currently, and if I have the picture, I'll share it here. He just sent me like a couple weeks ago that he finished the 3rd page in that row. So I'm guessing that's at about 23% to 25% complete. Because when I gave it to him, I think I had just hit 20%. Probably 25%. Well, that's a safe estimate. So I started that one November 11th of 2021. So those are all my 2021 and prior projects. Not very many, because you can see that's where I started stitching. The next project is Wind in the Willows. It is a Pink Free Crafts 2022 mystery stitch along. The artwork was by Chris Dunn, but it was kind of like a bunch of his art that they sort of took pieces from and put it together. And where I focused on was on the toad. So here's where it was before. And I finished the toad. Again, I apologize. The wrinkles are probably bothering me more than you. But this is the toad here. Ugh, yeah. You can't even see the stitching. It's so messed up. But that's a ton of fractionals. Not super happy with my back stitching, but you know what? This is a hot mess, guys. When you stand back, it looks pretty good. So I'm okay with that. And then I started this section here. I think this is part 4. So Toad was part 3 and I finished him. And then I started the window over here. So from this pane here and this border, the outside of the border, that's what I had stitched on. And I don't have any statistics on this just because each part comes separately in its own numbers, so I have no idea how far along I am. That's fine. I don't really count my stitches except for monthly, and actually I have a spreadsheet now that I got off of Etsy. It's kind of like the popular one everyone's found lately, but that one could help me next year because it actually tracks a lot of that stuff for you, so I don't have to do it myself. So that is on 32 count Jobelin. It's 2/2 full cross except for the fractionals. The next project is Star Wars. It's a Dimensions kit. It's called Luke and Princess Leia, I believe. Do I have the cover? I do, but I think I have it saved already. This is where it was last time. I actually don't remember making any more progress on it since, but just in case, I will go ahead and show the project. Yeah, I don't think I did anything else on here. This is on 14 count Black Ada, and I only work on it on like the Star Wars days, so like May 4th and 5th. So I started this on May 4th, 2022, and this is how much I've gotten done just on working on those days, and possibly a couple extra bonus, like if I was doing a wheel spin or something. I got that done. So there's that. That's actually not a priority. I just wanted it for Star Wars Day specifically, so I don't care if it gets progress or not. The next one is a similar thing. Don't really care how much progress I make on it. I just want to work on it on patriotic days. This is called One Nation Under God, and it is by Twin Peak Primitives. It's on 28 count Lugana. I don't remember what company though and what color it is, but it's like a tan. And I'm doing this 1/1. Sorry, I lost my train of thought, but this is where it was before. And I started this July 4th of 2022. So just recently, I think in November, I was working on over here and I got some of the swan. I don't know if you can see it. I got really... Next whip is Simple Pleasures. This is by Chris Dunn from Pain Free Crafts. It's on 25 count, easy guide. And I did not make too much progress on this in the last 6 months. Yeah, so I started this October 2nd of 2022. I put in 216 stitches since you last saw it. And what I did was I finished this page. Let me move these out of the way. So yeah, I kind of even remember in my Wip Parade last time I was talking about how I thought this was a ball of yarn, and I was right. So we've got some straw, that's a basket, and that's a yarn. I don't know if you can see it very well. I have really bad detail. I was doing this extreme cross country, but got tired of doing that on this whip, so changed it up. So I guess I should share info now that I have some. It's at 6.91% complete. I have 8,571 stitches out of 124,000. And like I said, I put just over 200 stitches in since the last time you saw it. Sounds like I worked on it for like a day. The next is Cozy Winter Evening mini version by Oleana Babenko from Heaven and Earth Designs. This one I am doing extreme cross country, and let me make sure I've got this up right. Very wrinkled. It's almost like I just throw these in the project bag and go. This one I started October 31st of 2022, and this is where I am. I kind of am working on this reddish color, the 814, and I filled in, I'm pretty sure the color is complete up to here. There might be a little bit in here, I'm not sure, I can't remember. But I'm working over here right now, around her chair, and this is her head. And that's that. So this is on 27 count Linda. It is 2 over 1/10 stitch with DMC, and it's at 23.44%. I am at 18,589 stitches out of 79,300. Since you last saw it, it has gotten 1,805 stitches. The next project, am I rushing? I don't know. I feel like the caffeine's rushing me. The next project is God Shed His Grace, the medium version from Artisy. This is by Abraham Hunter. I started this on January 1st, 2023. And since you last saw it, I put in 557 stitches. It's on 25 count easy guide, 2 over 1/10 stitch with DMC. What else do I have to say? Love it. Probably my favorite whip. So it's at 11.87%. I'm, let's see here, 16,029 stitches out of 135,000. I'm sorry, if I am stitching any of these projects with people, I'm going to forget most of the time. So I apologize if I haven't tagged you. I'm just awful. I know, I'm so sorry, but I do know that I'm working on this with people. And we're just gonna leave it at that. Started it with friends. So the next one is Lady of the Mist. It's a Mirabilia on a mystery fabric, but I do know it's 32 count even weave. And I'm not even sure if I've put anything in this since, so me and you both are going to learn that when I look at the pictures. Gotta make sure I put it up right. So there's the pattern or progress. I started this on my birthday, February 14th of 2023. And it needs some more attention because it's getting neglected. It's one of those things, since it's a paper chart, it doesn't get high priority. But it's still pretty and I love her. Really do love her. The next one is A Church for All Seasons by Nikki Bomey from Charting Creations. You guys, this one's exciting. Since you've last seen it, I put in 1,916 stitches. I gotta make sure I show you the right side up. This is huge. I didn't make my 5% goal, if you were paying attention. I had a lot of projects I wanted to hit 5% on before the start of this year, and I only made 3 of those happen. So this is at 4.46% complete. I can't even show it all. There we go. There it is. I made it all the way around. So I basically took 2 years. I started here and I went down and around the bottom. And then the second year I went up the side, started over, and went across the top. So now that it's complete and I can kind of tell what season goes where, I can just start stitching in each one as the seasons go along. So if you haven't seen this before, I stitch on each church in the season that I'm living in real life. So right now it's winter. I'll be working over here on this side. And I definitely will be getting this to 5% and beyond probably this year. But again, there are no hard, fast rules except to work on it every single season so that each season grows each year. It's kind of fun. So it's at 11,042 stitches out of 247,500. Again, I'm stitching this with a whole bunch of people, and we're just gonna leave it at that. That's on a 25 count easy guide. No, that's 28 count easy guide to over 110 stitch. I do a lot of different combinations. It's kind of my favorite thing to see all the variety in stitching and what works. Sorry, dog just wiggled the camera. Okay, we're on to page 2 of my notes. The next one is going to become my focus piece when I get Mickey done. I would love to see this done this year, but that's not happening. So I'm just going to see how much progress I can make. It will become my daily stitch after Mickey, but right now I'm going to be throwing it in more often than my other whips. This is Anne of Green Gables, the quick stitch, and I cropped out something like 30,000 stitches, cropped out a whole page here of the tree. This is where I am right now. Let me fold it right there. I'm actually surprised at how much I got done. I thought I was still up here, but apparently I worked on it some last year, and so that's good. So this is at 8%-ish. Because of cropping, it's hard to get the exact number figured out there. I have 6,348 stitches done on this out of 80,030. Now that's the accurate number, my cropped number. So since you've last seen it, I have put in 1,365 stitches, and it's on 27 count Linda. I think I actually really like this in between 25 and 28. It's just not gridded itself. You have to grid it yourself. So that's my only drawback to it. But it feels like Ada if Ada were in smaller squares. So it's almost even more like Ada than a Lugana. If you know any fabrics at all. If you don't, disregard that. The next one is Mini Red Panda. This is by Sheena Pike from Heaven and Earth Designs, and it is unfortunately retired. She's retired from Made. Gotta shift my whips. So this one, since you last saw it, has gotten 600 stitches exactly. This is where it is. For some reason, I never take it off the Q-snap. That could be a huge mistake, but for the last 2 years it's worked. I can't believe I just admitted that. Oh well. So it's at 8.31%. I have it at 7,018 stitches. 84,500 is its total stitch count, and I have this whole center filled in. I think that was my last goal when I was working on it, was to just get that all filled in so that I can span out. And I'm pretty sure her tail, this might be her like tail wrapping around. No, I'm not sure. That's on 25 count. No, you know what? That's probably also 28 count. 2 over 110 stitch. That was started June 27th of 2023. The next one is a restart that you already knew I restarted. I shouldn't say it's a new restart. This is the Grand Library Supersized Max Color by Amy Stewart from Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm not going to unfold all of it because I don't have much done, really. Just gotta wrangle the fabric. So that way you don't see exactly how messy it is. So here we are, almost 3%. Okay, so it's at 2.96%. 21,139 stitches out of 715,284. Since you last seen it, it's been added to by 1,710 stitches. So what I want to point out, I was doing this Royal Rose, but it was so slow with all the confetti because of the max color. So I'm working in the parked threads, and I was just sort of bringing them down. The page finish I think is right here. So that shows up more. This is on 32 count, 1/1/10 stitch with CXC, and I am in love. This is my favorite combination other than 2/1/10 stitch on 25 count with DMC. This coverage, this is me. I love this so much. And it could be because it's max color, so it's thicker, but I just adore it. That I restarted August 15th, 2023, and that's the date I'm going to go by on that, not the date that the old whip was. So I haven't been telling you what things looked like before, so the pictures are just going to pop up without any of us knowing it. That sounds about right, doesn't it? The next project is Evening, the mini version by Lena Abramoff. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs, and I started this September 5th of 2023. It has grown by 61 stitches since you've last seen it. So here it is. This is on a 25 count Lugana, I believe. I can't even tell you where the 61 was added. I think maybe I was filling in maybe this one. I don't know, but this is 2/1/10 stitch, and so it is at 1.94%. We have 1,615 stitches in out of 83,250, and I love this little pop of orange and red. That's so pretty. This was kind of on hold for a while. I wasn't in the frame of mind to work with it, but now that I've got a better mindset of what I want to do, I think I can bring it back in. The next one is my last start of 2023. This is called Tea from Mirabilia. We have renamed it Friendship. It's on 16 count Heroic by Picture This Plus. Hey, I remember that. And I'm hoping I have it. I'm not sure if I've even added anything. Honestly, the pictures should show. I might have added this flower and some of this here. I'm really, it's hazy. I'm not sure. But this is a 2/1 full cross. And I need to work on this some more. It's been ignored too. But it was really fun to put that in. Whenever I did it, it was fun. So that one's the last whip of 2023. We're into 2024, and the first half of 2024 I will have before pictures, progress pictures, because of that mid-year Wip Parade, and then the second one section I will not. They will just be basically new starts, even though they're not fresh new starts, if you get what I mean. So the next one is a Pride and Prejudice sampler from Etsy, and I can't remember the shop, Ona something. I'm gonna try to link everything because it's a Wip Parade. There's so many projects. I'm just gonna try to get everything linked, so if it's not retired and you can still get it, you'll be able to click on the link and find it. That being said, Pride and Prejudice started January 13th, 2024. I have added 1,577 stitches to it since you last saw it. And I'm working on a page finish, it looks like. I think that's all that's left. This is on a 18 count jade Ada. Probably Picture This Plus, I'm guessing. And then this looks black. I'm trying to, you know, I'm gonna try to get the color of the, it's a dark purple, very deep variegated floss. I'm trying to get you the light a little bit so you can tell that it's not black. Anyways, there's that. And I have this at 5.98%. So this is one that I made my 5% goal on it. It's at 2,358 stitches out of 39,430. You know, I might show you the floss. This might give you a better idea. Yeah, so it's like a bluey purple violet. But that's from, what's her name? Hand Dyed by Rolanda, I believe. That's her name on Etsy. Yes, Hand Dyed by Rolanda. It's right here. So go check her out. She does like single dye, so I can't tell you like the exact name of the floss because it's gonna be different every time, and it won't even be available once you go on there. So, but she has very beautiful colors, very good work. The next birthday start, February 14th, 2024, is Wonder Woman Warrior Princess from Tilton Crafts by Daniel Kordick. This is on 32 count Lugana, 1/110 stitch on with CXC. Let's look at the stats. Let's see. This one also hit the 5% goal, so it's at 5.03%. 6,166 stitches out of 122,500. It's been, I keep saying this wrong. I have added on 1,840 since you've last seen it. And that would probably be over here. I was just kind of growing that out, and I'm doing this extreme cross country in case you can't tell. This is just 310. Lots and lots of 310 coming up. But hopefully you can see the coverage is really nice. And I really love how tiny it is. I love that so much. So the next one is a restart. I don't know, you tell me. It's a different version of the chart that I had done before. This was a 5% goal that I failed at making. It's at 2.50%. This is Farm Stand, the mini version, the artwork by Donna Gelsinger from Heaven and Earth Designs. It is on a 25 count potato Lugana, I believe is the color. So since you've last seen it, I have put 1,939 stitches into it. Oh, that's not bad. So it's at 2,427 out of 78,975 stitches. So that's the complete piece, much smaller than the regular size. Let me show you these colors. It's beautiful. Ugh, the purples, the pinks. I love skies that look like this. It's just does something for me, and I like the tree. So pretty. I want to get back on this, but that was restarted or new started replaced on Leap Day, so February 29th of last year. I'm running out of room. Hopefully nothing falls. It's all right here. The next one is Island Time. This one I can never remember the artist's name, so I'm gonna try to find that real quick. I want to say it's Chuck Pinson. Yes, Chuck Pinson, I think. Might as well just show you. Here's the cover photo. That way it'll have less glare, better quality than the picture that I have. I started in this corner And I think I'm working off of a page. I want to get this out. This one might have to come out soon just for the fun of it. So far, most of these whips I haven't felt totally like drawn to, like, oh, I must stitch this today and I need to stitch this today. You know how sometimes they all call to you? Right now, I think I'm doing a pretty good of just like blocking those thoughts out and staying focused up until this one. This one, I maybe it's because I'm in Florida right now, but it just looks so pleasant and enjoyable to work on. But I don't think I've added anything to this since the last time you saw it, but I thought I had to share it. I'm pretty sure this is a 16 count Ada. I don't see where it says that, but this is a Letty Stitch kit, and I really think this looks like a 16 count. It's possible it's 18. No, that's a 16 count. And I have to brag on this again. I brag on this every time I bring out one of these projects, but you guys, one of these storage clipboards, use these, please use these for your kits. It keeps everything. This even has a little pocket for your highlighter, for your paper pattern. This clip, you put the paper pattern on there, it holds it on so you can highlight it away, and then everything fits inside. So it's literally like a little project box. You guys, Amazon, like $10, worth every penny. I have 4 of these now. So anyways, that's probably almost the highlight of the project for me. Okay, what's my next whip? Gardener's Paradise. This one, I was on the fence about keeping as an active whip. I was going to shelve it, but I think it's just because of the way I'm stitching it. And so now that I've figured out, I think I want to just change my method. This one has so much confetti right now. It's driving me bonkers. But it's by Donna Gelsinger. It's a mini, and that's probably, a friend of mine pointed out that that's probably my problem with half of these whips. It's because they're a mini, they have to use more ninja stitches and more confetti, more of those onesies, twosies to get the detail there. And it's, sometimes you just want to do some good mixture. You don't necessarily want block stitching, but you don't want confetti. You know what I mean? Like you want an area where you can do like 20 stitches of one color, and then you're like, oh look, 5 stitches of this. That's like my mood. So anyways, here it is. I'm doing this kind of like Stitchin' Mommy, where you do typewriter. So you kind of like pick the closest stitch up at the top from right to left, and you work your way down across either the whole chart or the page. But I'm only doing it by page, not across the whole piece. And for this one, it's just kind of unsatisfying. So what I want to do is I want to fill this all in, and I think in the future I either want to do Royal Rose and go this way or do diagonals. I'm not positive which way yet, but next time I pick it up, I'm going to be changing that up. This is a 25 count 2/1 10 stitch with DMC. This was a start, also kind of one of those restart. No, it's not a restart. This is a start. Sorry. I'm having a hard time remembering all the details of all of my projects. Started March 23rd of 2024. It's at 2.50%. I have 1,950 stitches out of 78,000. And since you've last seen it, I put in 882 stitches. The next one is Northern Night. This is a Dimensions Gold, and here's the cover. I started in the middle, and I'm working this way, which apparently is the highlight of the whole pattern, so I might be kicking myself later that I have that part done. And everything else is just gonna be blues. I don't know, but I just wanted to get over to that fire in the tent. Couldn't help myself. This got a lot of progressed since you've last seen it. So I'm excited to show you. This is artwork by Abraham Hunter, my favorite artist. This is a 16 count Ada, I believe. Oh my goodness, so much progress, you guys. This is exciting. This was started April 6th of 2024. Look at that! So I think the last time you saw this, I only had the blues, the pink and the gray and the pink and like everything else. Like I even forgot I made it to the top. Like what a memory. So, oh, that's so fun. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going to be working on this quadrant and trying to finish it first. I seem to like to do page finishes on my kits. This is enjoyable. I enjoy this. But again, it's paper, so I don't enjoy it as much as my digital ones. And again, it's in one of those clipboard things. I wish you could see this pile in front of me. It's terrifying. The next one is Sunset in Venice. Again, this one I'm not loving either the colors or the method. I haven't quite figured out which way it wants me to stitch it. I always heard people talk about that where they say that the project is shown them which way, which method to use on stitching. Like if it goes with your diagonal or goes vertical or horizontal or scattered everywhere. This one I have tried several different ways. I'm not really sure yet if I have that figured out. This is a 25 count. I need to write down what fabric it is, but basically it's a Lugana. And it's 2/1/10 stitch with DMC. Have I said what this is? This is Sunset in Venice by Dominic Davison from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's the mini version. And it was at almost 1%. And hang on, the cat again. I was trying to do it sneaky. Okay. The growth on this is crazy. I put in 1,214 stitches since you've last seen it, so I definitely have worked on it. It's at 2.55%, 1,916 stitches in it, and it's 75,075 stitches big. There she is again. So that's all I have to say about that. We're done with that. But it might not be a priority this year, except to get it to 5%. I think I'd still like to see that one get that landmark. The next one I'm not taking out of the hoop because I'm currently working on it. It's a rotation right now, and I'd rather not because it all fits in here anyways. This is Welcome to Rivendell by Country Magic Stitch. It's on 18 count Jade Ada. This is Where I Am. And I actually just added this last night right here. So you got some fresh news there. So this is one that I started on May 1st, 2024. It's at 15%, 15.03% to be exact. 3,295 stitches are in out of 21,924. Since you've last seen it, it's got 2,147 added. So it's grown a lot. This one I would love to finish this year, but you know what? It's kind of a yay if it does, oh well if it doesn't kind of goal. But it's a fun one. It's really nice for evening stitching. You don't have to like think too hard or count too much. There's only like 20 colors. It's wonderful. The next one, you know, I'm not sure if I have my progress saved, not progress, my cover photo for this saved, so note to self, go find that. This is Arctic Animals. This is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Salve, Mystery Salve from 2024, and it's still going on now. It'll end, I think, in April. I think that's the last part. It could be March. I am way behind. I've only got 2 done, but since you've last seen it, I put the walrus in. This is on 18 count Mystic by Picture This Plus, and I love this fabric, even though it is so dark. It's kind of hard to stitch on sometimes, but I love this color with the floss they picked. This one's going to get a lot more attention. I want to at least try to catch up. You know, it's so cute. It's fun. So that's that. The next one I think is part 3. It might be over here above. It's the caribou. If you guys hear noise under the camera, it's because that's where I'm slamming my whips down aggressively. The next one is Cafe by the Sea. Again, one of these cool clipboard storage things, boxes. This is dimensions, but it's not gold, so it's not full coverage. Here's the cover photo. I started in the middle, which I think is where this sailboat is, and I don't think I have added anything to it. Nope. This is pathetic, but anyways. The artist is George Bjorklund. Never heard of him. Interesting. Sounds Scandinavian. So, this is where I am. A whole lot of nothing. No progress. But I think this is a 14 count white Aida, so it should go pretty quick. If I just hop to it a little bit there, but I probably will. It looks more spring summer to me, and I do tend to kind of feel more seasonal about my stitching, but I still will stitch. Like, I want to stitch Island Time right now. It's summery, but it's winter right now. I don't care. For some reason, some of these I don't want to do them until it's spring. I don't know. I know it's contrary. Oh well. The next one, this one I want to finish before April. Just a heads up there. This is my Precious Moments piece. It's the June one out of Precious Moments book 72 if you want to get it. It's like a book that they made where there are 12 designs, and you can do each design for the month of the year if you wanted to do a calendar. Eventually, I think that would be fun. I think I have 3 or 4 of these done from 10 years ago. I did some. I'm trying to figure out which way is up. This is on a 14 count Aida. And I know, oh, there we go. And then for some reason, I don't know if, can you guys let me know if the dirt or oils that gets on your fingers will come out of white floss after it's stitched, because I think I might have to rip this out and stitch the white stitches again if they do not come out in the wash. Anyways, that was a sideline. This is where I am. But right here, this all kind of gets filled in with white. It says something like "to the chapel" or something like that. But can you see there's a little discoloration here, and I don't know, I must not have had the cleanest of hands, even though I do try to wash my hands before I start to stitch. This might have been a car stitching day, and I didn't realize that I wasn't being super careful. Those 2 strands there are not white. I used the same floss, so I'm so sorry if that disgusts you, but I just now noticed that it's a little off. So yeah, let me know if that'll come out, or if you have any tricks of what to use to get that out. But that's where I am. I probably have 80% left to go. There's back stitching and all kinds of fun stuff. But I think this is gonna be a 50 stitches a day project. Just kind of put a strand or 2 in, and hopefully it'll grow effortlessly, and I can get it done by April. I really want this one. Basically, I want to frame it by then, and I don't know, it's so cute. It's a simple, easy project. And then, you know, new starts have to happen, of course. So the next project is Beautiful Place. This is from Stitches So Beautiful by Eder Jose Rosa. I haven't made any, whoa, how does this work? Oh, there it is. This is on 25 count, easy guide. I started on the opposite side of the pattern. Sorry, excuse me. But yeah, started this June 20th of 2024. No progress since I started it. This one has just gone by the wayside because I haven't had the energy to focus on it like it deserves, so it's just kind of languished. But I'm trying to get it to show up. It's not, let's see. That worked a little bit. You instantly get pattern. The leaves are turning out great. So that has 540 stitches. It's 107,000 stitches in total, and it's at exactly 0.50% complete, and I think I am the farthest behind out of everybody. Some people are already halfway done with it, which is great to watch, but that's not me. Okay, we have made it to the point where I have no before pictures to share with you. So I only have cover photos. These are basically new starts. Even though you've probably seen them in floss tubes, two of them will be new starts to you. You've never seen them, but we're not there yet. So this one is Flight of Freedom. This is Dimensions Gold. Oh, I love it so much. This has to be a top favorite. Like, I get emotional when I see this. And I can't remember the artist. It's because I bought it used or opened. And the cover was already cut down like this, so the info's not there. But, you know. Oh well. It's called Flight of Freedom. It's Dimensions Gold. I can look it up. I don't think this has grown. No, you know what? It's not grown since my last floss tube, but this is a new start. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm trying to figure out which way is up. We're all over the place today. Why don't I know which way? Here, yep, this is it. So this is how much I got done. This kind of got a very good, solid beginning because I had family stuff and I was in the hospital with a family member for a week by myself, and stitching was my way of taking up all that time and coping and all of that, because it was kind of scary there for a while. But yeah, so that was a start on July 4th of last year. I want to get that one out again. We've now encroached upon my lap for whips. Thank goodness I'm almost done. The next one is, we'll call it a restart, but again, it's one of those that I downsized from the regular version to the mini. This is the Let Us Adore Him. It's a version of the Nativity that Donna Gelsinger does on Heaven and Earth Designs, and it was just released. They just released the mini version, and instead of doing, what was it, 400,000 stitches, I was like, yeah, I'm on board to start over for a 80,000 stitch project. So here I am. I kind of was working on this a lot in December, obviously because of Nativity, and we have a wise man, a star, and a camel head, and palm trees. Super fun. I wanted this one to be 5% so bad. This is on a 25 count, 2/1/10 stitch with DMC. I'm doing Royal Rose and it's working great on this so far. So this was restarted July 6th of 2024. It's oh wow, okay. 2,873 stitches out of 78,975. It is 3.57% complete. And that's all new progress. So that's exciting. I think I was always feeling a little discouraged because I feel like I've been stuck here for a whole year, like right in this spot. But this is a restart. I shouldn't feel bad about that. See, these Wip Parades can be good for morale. You can go, oh, I did that much. The next one, we're getting near the end, is California Dreaming. You guys, I can't remember the artist's name for the life of me because I've never stitched his stuff before, but he reminds me of Chuck Pinson or Chuck Black, either one, and I don't think he's either. So we're going to look this up. Jeff Haney. Yes. Okay. This is a huge one, and I have it on a 40 count Verdal. Again, I'm experimenting, but the page, you guys, is so tiny. It's so cute. It's so cute. I love small things. Let's see. Can I bring out, there it is. Okay, so this is a 25 count Heaven and Earth design page. That's the page width. Whoops, folded it the wrong way. Hang on. I'm going to try to give you perspective. That is a 40 count page. Look how small it is. Oh my gosh. Anyways, this is California Dreaming by Jeff Haney. 1,200 stitches exactly. This is 1/1 10th stitch with DMC. So you know how on 32 count I use CXC for 1/1 10th stitch? 40 count or 36 count, I've heard both of them work for DMC. If you want to do one strand 10th stitch, this coverage is great. It's good. So that is, I started that July 20th. And it's 1,200 stitches out of 350,700 stitches. I think it's my second largest whip. I'm pretty sure. It's at 0.34%. This one has also sat, basically just because I would love to get some other things finished and then bring this one in. But I wanted it started because it's so pretty. So, the next one, Hummingbird. This is a restart, for sure, a restart. I did not like the way the floss and the fabric were playing together. Also, 10th stitch was not working because of the way this is charted. I will explain, but this might be quickly a favorite just because of the fabric. This is Where I Am. Let me try to find something. We'll put this behind it since it's pink. That's Where I Am. I have beak done. Top of the head I think is filled in. This is a 1 strand full cross on 20 count Aida, and I love it so much. It is so pleasant. It's so dainty and delicate feeling. I could not be happier with this restart. I restarted this on our anniversary. Funnily enough, I don't think it was planned, but it's a beautiful memory now. On September 23rd, 2024, I restarted this. And it is an Etsy pattern from Light Unicorn Designs. And I have 589 stitches done out of 40,000, but not really, because all this background, they have you stitching each stitch white. And I'm not doing that. I'm going to leave the pink as the background. So I'm way farther along than it says, but it's saying I'm 1.47% complete. So I'm probably more like 5% complete or something like that. Okay, the last two are my absolutely fresh new starts, you guys. One is a replacement of a current previous whip. I replaced the Shire. I might put a picture here so you can refresh your memory. There are some charting issues. The shop no longer is available, like they've disappeared. And I found this chart and it's beautiful. And so it kind of just naturally slid into a, let's just replace that. So this is Hobbiton by Stitching Masterpieces from Etsy. She has a YouTube channel too, and she's stitching this project. She's like 40% done. There are blends, and that's probably what's slowing me down the most on working on it. Even though the blends are spectacular, the dimension you get with blends is top notch. But the time it takes to do them, and especially the way me and Leanne decided to do it, is one strand on 20 count. You do a full cross. You do half the full cross with one color and the other half with the other color in the blend. I don't know if you can see. The lighting is not working for me. Anyways, that's supposed to be a blue. A lot of blues. It's supposed to be teal. Water almost. It's supposed to look like water. Why is it so dark? Maybe I can cover. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah. So this has 335 stitches in it. It is 232,000 stitches though, so it's huge. And I am at 0.14% complete. Not much at all. So it needs some love this year. But we'll see. We'll see about that. The last whip. Very pretty. Waiting to start this for months. It's beautiful. I started this with Angie. Let's see. You guys, it's tiny because it's the mini. Okay, I'm gonna stop building it up. It's Winter Solace by Abraham Hunter from Artisy, and it is the mini, and I'm doing it on 32 count, 1/110 stitch with CXC. And look how small it is. That's a page. How cute. How cute. Again, let me see if I can move this over here to get the lighting to work better, the camera. I mean, it's so small. I think it's just gonna be like a 4x6 or 5x7, which is the goal. I wanted it to be small so I could just like frame it on a little picture frame, have it be my own little mini masterpiece. But I have 575 stitches in it. It is only 31,800 stitches big, and I'm at 1.81% complete. That one's just a fun one. I don't really have goals for it, except 5% would be great. That, my friends, are all of my whips. If you want to leave now, you can. I have a few plans and goals to share with you. I wish you could see this pile. It's a lot. Okay. We're on to goals. Let me just... I think I UFO'd 3 projects. I have finished 5 things this year, but I won't be sharing pictures because I can't even personally tell you if I have pictures, and I'm not in the house where those finishes are, so just trust me when I say I finished things. The UFO'd projects is The Shire, The Last Supper, and The Kingdom of Books, all for various reasons. I restarted 4 projects, or replaced them with their neighbor, I guess you could say. So those 4 were Farm Stand, Gardener's Paradise, and Ooh. What was the other one I told you guys I started? Oh, Nativity, the Come Let Us Adore Him. And then I replaced the Shire. So that has me at a grand total of 34 whips, except really 33 because of my brother's piece. I'm counting that one. So I really am probably more at 33 right now until that comes back to me. I would love to whip down this year, but it seems like what I'm going to be doing is whipping sideways. So I've given myself 4 new starts for this year. 3 of them I already have planned. 1 is open, but I actually have 2 projects I want to start, and I just have to figure out which one wins. I wanted to spread them out throughout the year, but the weird thing is there are unavoidable, unmovable, I guess you could say, dates for 1 month. So I will have 2 starts in one in April, and honestly I'm not even mad about it. It's gonna be fun. So I have 1 in June, and then the open slot I think I want to save until October. When I finish Mickey, I want a new start to be my reward, because it's so big and I've had it since 2021, so it will be one of those things that I want to just like feel very accomplished about, if that makes sense. And I know better than to say no new starts, because that will have me starting 50 things next year, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. I really want to make progress on what I have. I started them for a reason. I love them, and I want to finish them. I'm actually more of a progress stitcher. I want to see things done. I want to see really good, obvious, forward progress on things. But I do love many different varieties of whips, so that's where I'm kind of in the middle between the progress. I can't have a ton. I enjoy watching people who have a ton. I think I've already surpassed my maximum, and I'm not going to worry about it. If I get to 50 whips, that's what I get, but I need to do it slower than what I have been. The last 2 years I have each year doubled my whip count, and that's how you end up overwhelmed. And I was overwhelmed for a while until I've put things in perspective. So that being said, I've got my goals figured out accordingly. The 4 new starts are just to keep my sanity and still have fun with this, because it is just a hobby. It shouldn't be hard fast rules. Life is hard enough as it is. We don't need to make stitching part of that stress. So that's the thought process on that. To get Mickey finished by September, I have it set at 200 stitches a day. It was at 400 last year. I was trying to get it done by May or something so that I could have more time to finish another project. That's too much pressure. So I cut that in half, and now I can feel freedom. I can feel like I can get those stitches done, and I can do put some time in on another whip or 2 depending on what I have going on that day. So I feel much happier. So if you guys feel overwhelmed, if you feel like you've set a goal that's too high, don't be afraid to drop it back and renegotiate with yourself on what is doable without giving up, without completely throwing in the towel and saying that's enough. Just try to rearrange some stuff, because sometimes it can just do with the noise and static that you have in your own head. Okay, so then I mentioned I want to finish Precious Moments by April. I think that's a good goal. I think I can definitely make that happen, especially if I want to do 50 stitches a day. I can skip some days too, and I'd probably still make that goal. The stretch goal would be to finish Rivendell. I need like 18 or 15,000 stitches. I can't remember. I need that many to finish it, so it's gonna have to be the end of the year kind of goal. I want to make a lot of progress on Anne of Green Gables. I would love to see that hit 50% by the end of the year. But if not, it will become my 2026 focus. But that's only going to kick in after Mickey. Mickey is number 1 right now. So when I was making all of these notes, I realized I only made 3 5% goals met. And I had like 15 projects, and I was like, oh, easy, I can do that. Easy peasy, no problem. Big problem. I only got 3 projects on that list past 5%. I'm okay with that, but this year, I think that's still going to be a goal. I'm going to try to get as many of these projects that are currently going, not new starts. Those ones I won't have a goal on at all. But the ones I have currently going, I would love to see them hit 5%, as many as possible. That's just going to be an ongoing goal. So that's churches, Grand Library, Mini Evening, Mini Farm Stand, Mini Gardener's Paradise, Mini Venice, Sunset in Venice, A Beautiful Place, Mini Come Let Us Adore Him, California Dreaming, that one may not happen, Hummingbird, Hobbiton, and Winter Solace. Those all are under 5%. Some of them are farther away than others, and I can probably knock out the ones closest to it first so I can feel better about myself. And then the very last goal is God Shed His Grace. I am at almost 12%, and since I'm doing a diagonal, I think me and Angie decided to do an equivalent challenge of 4 pages finished in 2025. That amounted to something like 11,000 stitches or something like that, 12,000. So basically that's gonna double my progress. I'm going to end the year, hopefully, at 23%. So to break that up, I want to get one of those page finishes done by April, and then another one of the page finishes, so that way it's broken down. And I figured out if I do 400 stitches each Sunday, like I was, that will be done. I won't even have to think about it. Those goals will be met. So if I have to do it on Saturday and Sunday, do 200 each day, maybe that would work. But we'll see, because I could probably even do like a skip a week, binge a week thing. But anyways, the whole goal is to keep that one progressing, because that's one of those ones that it's so much fun to stitch on. It's so beautiful as it stitches up. I want that on my wall. I want it inspiring me every day. I need it up and framed. So again, hopefully the next 5 years I can have that finished. So those are all my goals, you guys. I do apologize if by not tagging anyone you feel like I left you out. I don't have the mental capacity right now, especially with all the whips and prep work that I had to do to get into the mood to do this. I didn't have it in me to go and hunt out and gather names and all of that, so I am so sorry. Hopefully the next one I can be more put together. My type B is showing a lot right now because nothing's perfect, nothing is outlined. I'm as organized as you've ever seen me, honestly. So that's that. I don't really think I have too much of a life update. It's really just a bunch of traveling. And to keep this from being 3 hours long, I'm going to say goodbye, and hopefully my floss tube will be happening the end of January. So I think that's fair to put as a goal. I realize I skipped a lot of floss tube updates, but the Wip Parade came at a perfect time, so you can kind of just get all caught up and updated with me, and I feel reevaluated. I feel fresher now, knowing what I have in front of me and what I have to look forward to in the future. So I'm gonna get off here and actually go do my Mickey stitches and my Rivendell stitches, and hopefully get around to some Anne. She still hasn't come out yet this year. Which isn't saying much, it's 3 days in. So I hope you guys have a great week, and enjoy all the Wip Parades, and do not feel pressured at all to get to mine. But you know, if you made it this long, you did get to mine, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Stitch like the wind.